What's going on, everybody? Guys. I'm a changed man. I'm a new man. I'm reborn. Okay? Holy shit, guys. Holy shit. I assume we've all seen it. You wouldn't be here if you hadn't seen it. Surely you wouldn't be here if you hadn't seen it. Look, first off, alright, really important to recognize not everybody's cinemas, theaters, whatever, were playing it. And for those people, you have my sympathies. You have my truest, honest sympathies, because it was pretty good. It was pretty damn good. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Feels like it's been ages. It's only been a week. You get those weeks. I don't know about you guys, but you get those weeks where sometimes it feels like, oh, I feel like we just streamed yesterday. And then other times it feels like it's been like a month. And it feels like it's been a month, guys. How's it going? We done seen some gosh darn. You've got the greatest experience, Orbis, because you're getting this hot off the press, my dude. Hot off the press. It was excellent, wasn't it? It was really good. That's okay, Weird Boy 10. Look, again, I know not everybody's cinemas were playing it, all right? And that's a darn shame, and you should complain, all right? Because it was excellent, all right? It was actually sick. I had a hell of a time with it. Genuinely, I had a hell of a time with it. It was amazing. But I'm behind the screen again. Yes, I had the pleasure of seeing the Evil Eye film with Natchen and Blissey in the Discord. Everybody, great experience. Brain chemistry altering experience. I'm back to being 2D again, and I'm back to the purple screen. We're back on brand. Here we are. Let's go, guys. I also got this neat disposable camera. I didn't use all the shots. You can hear it charge up, though, if you listen carefully. Pretty sick. Huh? What do you think? Say cheese, guys. That was scary. Do you see that? It made the screen... You see that? Anyway... Point is, what a film, guys. What a film. So. I'm glad you said cheese. She forgot the stream. Okay. You didn't need to even announce that you forgot it. I'm not insulted. That's fine. I'm insulted. If anybody says that they're not, then they definitely are. They still sell them. I had to actually look around for this thing. But there are some good memories locked away on this machine. Some of which many of you will never see. And that's sad. Really, that's sad. But anyway, guys. I've got a lot of thoughts about it. We obviously don't have a visual element to this, naturally. If I had more time, I would have drew out how I felt about it. A few different scenes about and with little arrows pointing to the things that I want to refer to. But I didn't have time for it. I also cannot draw. That could be a fun exercise one day, guys. That could be a fun exercise, is if I got somebody on who would draw the stuff that I'm talking about for me. Almost like a like one of those people that you get like, you know, court cases, that kind of thing, where they draw out the scene and stuff that's occurring. I don't remember what they're called. Just like sketch artist. But that could be a fun thing one day if I find the application for it. But that's irrelevant. What I'm going to do, and that's not a bad idea, Blissey, because I've already done it, but I'm going to go through the stuff in the manga as a kind of like to click my brain into remembering the stuff as it happens and match that up with a few notes that I took. Not during, after the movie. Not many. 4 notes. 4 minor notes, right? But I just think we can... Evil. You've not seen this yet, Serpo. Look, I've got purple behind me. I can also change the colour. I can change the colour. I can do that. I have that power. That power to do that. I'll show you. And I will show you it. I'm exhausted, guys. Like, legit, I'm exhausted. This has been a hell of a weekend. I've done over 80,000 steps. All right, I'm I'm bloody knackered. I'm bloody knackered, I am. But doesn't matter. We're here to talk about Dandadan, guys. And I've hyped myself up. I've finally gotten back to my coffee machine. We're all good. We're all gravy. Hi, Jenny. So, guys, right. Where should we begin? Okay, so first off, I'd like to just draw attention to the recap of season 1 that they did, right? Now, for people like us, and I mean you, all right? I mean you. Hey, sussy doggo, you gotta just give me some time with it. It's cooking. It's gonna be a very long video. Before season 2. Just stay tuned. Stay tuned, and you'll see stuff as it comes out. And if you want to stay really on top of everything that is happening with the channel, join the Discord. Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member of the Discord, free member of the Patreon, and that will get you access to the Discord link. Best place on the internet for Dandadan, and a bunch of other stuff. It was a bit long, and I think for people like us, right? People like us who have already seen season 1 a lot, the recap is probably egregious, right? And I do feel like maybe the people who are going into it already surely have seen season 1 enough to remember it in their brains, but I thought the recap was quite succinct overall. I thought it was quite good at putting together a bunch of stuff that was happening, right? That had happened. However, I was just itching to get onto the new stuff, obviously. Hi, Yuri. What's good, my dude? But the new stuff, and this was really interesting, right? This is my favorite bit about the recap. My favorite bit about the recap is that you could see such a shift in the style that they're going for in season 2 versus season 1. So the obvious point would be the alligators, right? The creeps in the bathhouse, right? So they doubled down on like the horror elements there, I feel, because they recreated that scene. They basically redid it completely. And it was twice as creepy. That's true. The Ida recap was very good, but it is weird that she wasn't in it. So it's like you didn't need to spend the time on that, guys. I also like that they added a few new lines to it. Just a few Momo lines to it. A whole day. That's badass, Tarantado. Oh, you missed the recap. That's fine. Yeah, missing the interview. The interview I thought was really interesting, right? I actually really liked the this girl here is dead. It was very good. No, I know, guys. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody here has probably seen season 1 enough to not need the recap, or to maybe have a shorter recap. But I partially think that they were slightly padding for time, because it was only 3 episodes. And, you know, there are a few things about it that were a bit... Okay. Not complaints necessarily, but there are a few things that I felt were a little bit odd, right? That I'm just going to get them out of the way now, because 90% of what I've got to say is just glaze, right? It's just really good stuff, okay? 1. The ending was abrupt. And there's no other way to put it, right? Everything about it was pretty perfect, but the ending was abrupt. You know what I mean? It kind of felt like it didn't really reach. It wasn't even just the fact that it just ended on the volcano bit. I can appreciate ending on the volcano going off, right? I have no problem with that. It was that it just like interview. And I was like, whoa, jeez, come on, like give me a little bit of like, let me down just a little. Like, you get all the adrenaline pumping, and it's like, oh shit, you know, fuck's going shit right now, and then all of a sudden, interview with the directors. I was like, whoa. Oh lord. Like, now I thought the interview was fantastic, by the way, right? The fact that the interview was great, and it was something that confirmed to me a lot of the things that I was already thinking during the film, which was incredibly vindicating, right? So I was just going to go through the manga, but that'll take too long. Let's just vibe. Let's just talk and vibe, and if I need to go through the actual reference material, I'll do that, right? But yeah, the in season 1, right? Like, obviously all the villains are like color coded. And I always thought that was a really interesting kind of way of well, obviously giving like a visual element to all of the different almost eras of the show, right? Like as it goes. Oh, thank you, Eric. That is incredible. Thank you for the donation, my guy. It's great to be here on the Monday stream with you and everybody else, dude. Appreciate it. You're incredibly generous. You're all very generous, guys. Genuinely. Being here, paying anything, whatever. And the patrons, incredible, guys. Just top tier stuff. I appreciate it. And JMO, welcome back to... I need to rename that to Yokai Power tier. I'll get round to that, but thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all. Genuinely. And they're throwing me off. That's what they're doing. Incredible, guys. Genuinely incredible. By the way, if any of you guys who are watching this aren't already part of it, Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member, guys. That's free. Nothing's better than free. I can't think of anything better than free. And you get access to the Discord, which is the greatest place for Dandadan on the internet, and a bunch of other stuff. Honestly, the people on the Discord are incredible. I met a few of them Thursday, and went and watched the film with them. It was incredible, guys. Absolutely incredible. It was not even awkward. You'd expect it to have been awkward for a little while. It wasn't. It wasn't. It was great. So, join the Discord. Yes, right. Guys, a bunch of sillies in the Discord. You're right, Jenny. Fancy Jenny over there. But, right, so the color coding. The first season of Dandadan did a lot of color coding for its villains, right? And that always felt like just a really nice kind of visual element to hook each of the enemies onto. So it felt like, okay, this is the yellow kind of like the yellow fight. This is the white one. But at its heart, and again, this isn't a complaint, this is just an observation, because I thought that stuff was all great. At its heart, it really only served to lend a stylistic kind of like visual element to that specific encounter. I also think that at times it could drift slightly into overuse, right? So the green during the Serpo stuff, a bit much at times, I felt, right? A bit much at times, I felt. Not always. Sometimes it was great. Sometimes it was fantastic. But at times it could be a little bit much because it was just there to filter the scene, right? And again, not a complaint, just an observation. The most kind of like, yeah, you guys gave up democracy for free last week, and you can't even blame me at this point because I asked you. I didn't even have anything on you. You just all agreed to it. So don't start with me this time. All right, I didn't do anything. Not this time. Anyway, we're not talking about democracy. That's for a completely different part of the stream, guys. That's for a completely different part of the stream. The color coding. The most kind of like, the most advanced or the most interesting way that they used color, I felt, in season 1 was during the first episode when, so the Serpos were all essentially blue, and Turbo Granny, the yokai, were red, right? Yeah, Charlie, they've done it 3 times, man. They've given up democracy 3 times. 2 of those times, it could be argued that I may have influenced it slightly. I don't agree with that assessment, but people have said that. Last week, they just gave it up for no reason. I was offering to give it back, and everybody just said no. Don't blame me. At a certain point, you're just on the losing side. You're just on the losing side, all right? And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Anyway, like I was saying, hi, Tim. Hi, Tim. Good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, so the Turbo Granny Serpo stuff, right? So when she comes through the phone, when the possessed Okurun comes through the phone, which is red, it kind of swallows up and starts to expand out of the phone as, you know, the conflict grows between the two of them. And I liked that. I thought it was a very cool visual element, right? But it was quite flat in a way, if that makes sense. Like, it was just the red overtaking the blue, and it was kind of just working in big circles, essentially. Like blobs of color, blobs of red, rather, across the scene. And it was always really interesting. I thought it was really good. And I was kind of disappointed. Not disappointed. Nothing in Season 1 disappointed me, if I'm going to be honest with you. Apart from maybe where it ended, right? It just... I felt like there could have been more of that in the later stuff, as opposed to just using it as a filter for the different encounters that the team face, right? Now, in the evil eye thing, and this is something that was confirmed in that final interview, which I thought was amazing, by the way. It was really good. It's the abruptness of starting it that set me off. That kind of like, oof, that was weird. I was there. I was in Dandadan for a second, and now I'm here with you guys. So it would have been great if we could have had maybe a slight credit roll first, or some kind of transitionary anything. Just say the release date of it, like boom, boom. Then, you know, whatever, doesn't matter. It's a minor nitpick, right? But the way that they used color, the color in the evil eye was a lot more sophisticated, I felt, and it was a lot more in tune with the scene, right? So a great example of yeah, and I'll talk about the OP thing and the EP after this, right? But one of the, like, really, I spoke about this before in I think it might have been the trailer video, because I was talking about how when you're reviewing or talking about film or TV or something like that's very visual, you don't just have to latch on to the writing or the camera work. The colors in the scene, you know, the items in the scene, the mise en scène, everything tells a story in its own, or it should contribute into that same kind of upward draft of where the story's going, right? So, for example, when Acro Silky opens her door after being out in the cold, dark, rainy world, and this warm, bright light just shines out, and her daughter's in there, you don't need to know, or you don't even need to... It's offhand, right? It just shows you, just if you squinted, you could even just see it. You could just see exactly what's important in that scene, and that it's a warm light, it's a comforting place, and it's blaring out and cutting through all of the cold colors. So this thing that matters is in here, and you know that it matters because the color is so warm and inviting and comforting, and the rest of the world is cold and harsh and mean and cruel. And that is exactly her story, right? Or at least that is her story up until that part, right? And so yeah, the color can tell an actual story in itself, right? So rather than just using it to color code all the villains, what you see in the evil eye is that when Okurun jumps into the scene and he is in conflict with Gigi, right? Like they both he uses his leg to kick and to stop him, the evil eye, from kicking the despair ball thing at Momo and essentially killing her, right? He saves Momo in that spot. And the way that the color like cuts between purple and red, and it's like these flashes, almost like two lightsabers colliding. It screams a much more sophisticated usage of color. It feels like a tug of war, right? Like you can see that these two characters are powerful, vivid colors, right? So the characters themselves are powerful, strong, competent, and they have conflicting views, right? Purple and red are completely different areas of the color scale, completely, right? And you don't just put them, they are actual opposing colors. So you can tell just from the colors in the frame, negative frame. I'm not sure of the exact terminology, Orbis, but that you have this tug of war between the two of them in a way that just feels much more sophisticated than how they were using color in the previous season, which was mainly just used as a, like I said, as a filter, essentially. And that continues all the way through to, and to be fair, like even seeing Okarun's, like, the red on his face and stuff when he changes and transforms, surrounded by purple, they, like, intentionally make it incredibly vibrant and saturated, and it feels like it feels like he is surrounded, right? Like overwhelmed almost. And you can see that in the way that the color is contrasted, how little red there is to purple. And when he's getting the absolute shit kicked out of him in the when he's inside the spectral house, and then he finally it looked almost neon, exactly, because it felt like they really wanted you to see that it's almost like a spark, right? Like everything around him is purple. He is completely saturated and surrounded by purple because he's fully overwhelmed. He's completely overwhelmed in the situation, and he is, because he's not as strong as the Eye. He's fast, but he's not as strong, and the colors themselves are telling you that story in a way that they didn't do in the previous one, and it adds such a cinematic feeling to the entire sequence, everything in there, because the animation, and we'll talk about that in a second as well, and the action is offset and complemented by everything else in the frame, right? And the way when he starts kicking the crap out of the Eye, doing his like workout routine, which maybe goes on a little bit long. He does what, like 3 sets of 20, right? Something like that. Or does he 5? He might do 5 sets of 20. Seeing the spectral house kind of like build up with red and until it bursts almost, it's, you know, goddamn. You know what I mean? It's like, it feels like you can feel the power of it in a way that you can't see in the manga, and they use, again, the color to show that to you, right? 100 sets. That's very good, Nacha. I didn't realize that. That actually is. That's better in that case. That's better than in that case. That actually makes sense. It feels like you can see the tide turning in a way, and it's just watching it. Do you know what I mean? Like you don't need it to explain it, and you don't need it to take the form of physical actions all the time, because all we need to see, if you were to remove the characters from that scene and just follow the colors as it happens, sorry, my focus was out, the color as it happens, you'd see the same story, maybe a bit more interpretive, but it's the same story. And that's cool as shit. That's cool as shit, because there wasn't as much of that previously. And that's the kind of stuff that I think is really interesting. And that's the kind of stuff that you can add to something like an anime, a new medium, right? This is the kind of stuff you can add to a new medium and give it a truly different perspective from the manga. The manga is beautiful, right? Every single frame feels like a painting. It does. And it kind of is. And there is an artistry to that in and of itself. But colors, cinematography, and the animation, which we'll talk about in a second as well, it's amazing. It's such a beautiful medium. And these guys do it so well. And the Evil Eye movie does it so well. These 3 episodes do it so well. And it's perfect. And that's what makes it perfect, is the fact that you can't get this. You know? The story you can get. The story is there. And the stuff that they add is good and is worthwhile. And I like it. I genuinely do. I think that the stuff that they add is always worth it, because it's never added in place of something else. They don't remove something. They don't remove something to put their own thing in, right? As a fan, as an avid fan of Cowboy Bebop, I can tell you what it's like when another creator steps in and decides, I can do this better, and they do a piss poor job, right? It's heartbreaking because it's there. You've got the perfect blueprint already. You've got the perfect blueprint. So just do it, right? Like just follow what it is. And these guys do that. And they do add stuff, but it's never in spite of what's already there. Well, I think that the pair of directors, yes, it's understanding the source and the intentions of the author. The pair of directors, I don't think, it's not like a 50-50 split, right? It's like the main director, I completely forget the name. Hold on. Fugo Yamashiro, right? So he was the guy who directed season 1. And I'm pretty certain that he's the director, right? It's the OP director. It's the OP director who's kind of come on as a not a I wouldn't say secondary director necessarily, but it as a complementary director, and that he is the reason that all of the sophistication and understanding of color theory and kind of blending it slightly better into the action, he's responsible for that. To my understanding, Abel Gongora, to my understanding, he's not like, it's not like he just came on, right? Like he hold on. He's pretty integral, isn't he, to Science Saru, right? Yeah, he's one of the first 5 staff members. So he's a founding member of the studio. So it's not like he's new. Is that right, Nachan? I didn't realize that. Interesting. I do wonder if that is the case, Nachan. I do wonder as to the reasoning, but curious. I suppose that the Evil Eye arc is a lot less action oriented, right? That would be great if you could send me that, Nachan, in the Discord. By the way, anybody who's not in the Discord, free link in the description to my Patreon. You can join as a free member, and that'll get you access to the Discord link. Best place on the internet for Dandadan, guys. These guys are crazy. They go hard with Dandadan. Like, whatever this is that I'm doing and talking to you is nothing compared to what's buried in there. What's buried in there. Okay? It's just incredible. Just incredible stuff. But yeah, no, so he directed the OP for season 1, which is perfect, which is a perfect OP. Like genuinely, the opening is incredible. It's perfect. It's a perfect piece of art. It's a piece of art. It's perfect. Oh man, Tim, thank you. Thank you, Tim. He's such a guy, man. He's such a guy. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Thank you, Tim. Genuinely. Space Globalist arc is going to be a minute, Larry, my dude. I've got a secret project in the works that I'm looking to get out before season 2 begins. But we'll get to it. We'll get to it. The real question is, will that be one or will that be two parts? That's where I'm at. I'm thinking two, so I can actually get them out. Yeah, apparently, I'd be curious to see more about that, Tarantado, but the intro is perfect, and it does show this kind of like deep sophistication of blending a really interesting color palette with a lot of action. And look, one of the things that I think isn't properly conveyed in the partially out of the difficulty of the medium in the manga's case, and then another case being that Season 1, I don't think necessarily perfectly demonstrated it. The way that Okurun moves, right? The way that Okurun moves versus the evil eye is very interesting, I find. I find that it's incredibly interesting because it shows you just how different these two yokai are and just how different these two power sets are, right? So the Eye is a heavy hitter. He's a strong guy, right? And at this point, Okurun can't fight. He doesn't know how to throw a punch. And it shows when they're fighting. When Okurun is trying to get in, basically, like, hits every now and then. He's jumping, he's kicking the evil eye. It just falls flat. Like, he does, like, no damage at all. He jumps and he kicks him because this guy is kind of out of his league, for the most part. And Okurun is, and has been up until this point, really resistant when it comes to fighting. He doesn't want to fight. He just runs around a lot and tries to avoid getting hit. It's a classic speed versus power kind of dynamic going on. And admittedly, that Okurun is very hard to wrangle, right? So when he does grab him and he like throws him, he just twists around in the air and then he lands on his feet again. Because that's his power set up until now. And yeah, I don't think he's fully in on the idea of hurting Gigi, of course. But I just don't think that... And this is why the Evil Eye arc that comes straight after this is so important. Because the guy doesn't know how to fight. He doesn't know how to throw a punch. He just knows how to ram into stuff with his head. Up until now. And again, you don't necessarily see that too much in you don't necessarily see Okurun's a cat. No. We've got enough of them. It was such a good scene, and you get an idea for the way that he moves in a way that you just don't get in season 1 either. And I presume that's just because of there probably is a higher budget for this, right? Like, these first 3 episodes are also going to bring in a lot more money than the rest of the season. But the way that he moves and the way that he kind of jumps through various different, like throughout all of the different houses and stuff is something that isn't adequately displayed in the manga, because you just don't get that same sense of movement that you can get with unique camera work and watching the actual bits between the frames, which is the stuff that they are padding out, right? Is what's happening between the frames, because the manga is just still images, and despite the fact that the fights in it are still really cool, it's mainly the still images that you're really interested in. You know what I mean? Am I getting frozen? Are we good, guys? It's buffering. Can you hear me? Hello? Guys? Okay, we're back. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so the movement. Like, in chapter 43, you can see Okurun essentially running away. It's called You Won't Get Away With This, right? And he's dodging all of the different hits and stuff from Gigi, and again, you don't get a real good scope of the way that he moves. Not just the fact that he is escaping, it's the fact that he is escaping and properly he's dodging everything apart from the odd couple of hits, but eventually they're going to get through. And that level of desperation, the power imbalance between the two of these characters, is so much more clearly displayed in the anime than the manga at this point, in my opinion. And you also get to see the fact that he just lands on his feet all the time, like a cat. So maybe. And it also shows you when they are together in that confined space that is his weakness, is that he can't run away, right? Up until now, he just wanted to not fight, really. He wanted to, like Janny said, maybe it's because he didn't want to hurt Gigi, but because he just didn't have the confidence, because he had the option of escaping, right? But in that house, it's either, you know, kill or be killed, right? And he beats the crap out of him because he has no choice. And the animation is so smooth. And it's not just the fight scenes either. Actually, Momo's fight scene against the Ketos is fucking amazing. It's so good. It's so good. Seeing her get really creative with her powers in real time is amazing. It's just incredible to witness. Because she's a fast thinker. And her powers aren't like, especially at this point, they're not like all-encompassing, right? They're not like a catch-all. It takes a lot of creativity for her to overcome them. And I think that it's really well demonstrated in the film. You know, like she is fast and fast-thinking and strong. Oh yeah, Jenny. No, you're right. The voice they've really got the transformations down as well. Actually, now that you mention it, they've got the transformations down. They don't. It's not just this static thing, right? And the transformation in season 1 in episode 7 was really smooth, and it feels like every single one they did was that, except they added in the voice lines changing at the same time. Damn, it was good, man. Like, oh man, Tim, if you have the option to see it, at all, definitely do it. I watched it subbed. I didn't watch the dub. I just watched the subbed version anyway. I don't think that they have the sub version going in the UK, or the dub version going in the UK. Yeah, no, the transformations were so good. And you know what it was? Now that you mention Naruto, JMO, right? When I watched 38 miles is no distance. I mean, as Tim, I'm not gonna influence your decision one way or the other, but it was fucking worth it, man. Hi Lucy, nice to see you. I don't know if I've caught you on here before, but welcome. If anybody, again, I'm going to do the plug. Anybody who's not in the Discord, guys, Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member. And you can get access to the Discord link and join the Discord. It's the best place on the internet for Dandadan. It's pretty badass. I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of everyone there. But as Jama just mentioned Naruto, I remember there were points. I think it was like the battle, like the Valley of the End, right? The Valley of the End fight, not the last one, but in the original series of Naruto. It got to this point. There was like the fight between Sasuke and Naruto. The quality of the frames, dropped, right? Because I assumed that it was a rotoscope thing, but the animation was so fluid. Despite the fact that they dropped the quality of the actual frames, in order to make it really clean, really smooth, and it felt real. It felt good to watch, right? Those fights are good. A lot of bad things to say about Naruto. I have a lot of bad things to say about Naruto. But they did that in this. When the evil eye first gets that ball of despair, right? The animation quality, boom, exploded. But the quality of each frame dropped and was a lot simpler, more simplistic. But it looked good, man. It looked so good when he was kicking around the ball. It was just hitting it was so smooth. It looked so goddamn good. I want to watch it again, but I can't. I want to watch it again, but I can't. It was so good. It was so goddamn good. Seriously. I'm watching it, just like the fluidity of it was so amazing. The Evil Eye's backstory, it was good. I mean, it wasn't Acro Silky levels of impactful, but I do like what they added to it, to be honest. I liked... Not everyone needs to be as impactful as Acro Silky, but the fact that they kind of went through each generation of people's parents dying to the worm, and the hair strands being used as a way of connecting everybody together, felt very powerful, right? So as the yokai grow, I suppose, in age, their hair seems to grow is also an element of this. But the fact that it was connecting everybody together speaks to... So, how I would phrase a lot of the yokai stuff, and if I were to go back, and I kind of used a bit of this framing, I used a bit of this framing for the yokai video. Yeah, no, you're right, Skelly B, definitely. Like, if like justifying it by the cinematic release is so good, right? So in the yokai video, I've used almost kind of like each yokai had an almost framing device, which was an emotion, right? Because it was exploring the humanity, the emotions of the yokai. So sorrow would be Acro Silky's. Rage would be Reiko Kashima, right? Now, it was always kind of difficult to know exactly what to land on with the Evil Eye, because hate, I think, is a very strong, compelling case, right? Is that it's about hate. And it is, partially. But the hate itself, I think, is the secondary factor. I think that's just the way that it's expressed. The emotion, I think, is despair. Okay? And despair, I think, is that kind of emotion, like true despair. I don't mean like despair because somebody got your order wrong or something. I mean like despair is this feeling of nothing is worth it. Everything is so bad and so wrong that it should be destroyed. The only proper course to take in the mind of someone with such horrible feelings of despair is hatred. Outward, just hatred. And connecting all of these people together, he becomes more than just the Evil Eye, right? And him, even though he did mold with that one boy to take on his form, it becomes more powerful than just, he's looking for... he's just morphing with this kid, this one specific kid. It's generations and decades of despair, which is going to be unheard. For the rest of time, these people died, trampled beneath the boot of the Keto and some stupid prophecy, right? Some twisted, wrong prophecy. All of these people, these children, these parents are going to live and have died in secret, completely silently, and no one will remember them. But what he becomes now is an entity that collects through and visualized by the strands of hair, connecting to all of these different people, and he becomes the vessel of this despair, right? And the ball, right? Yeah, the cursed ball and the cursed the kind of like spectral house are just tools of that. The power that he wields is through becoming a vessel of that despair, a way of almost saying, giving them the opportunity to do something about it. And to him, the most obvious thing to do would be to be hateful. What else is there? Right? And that's the cursed part. That's what's cursed. And in the underwear, that's the underwear's thing, right? That's where it's all whatever. But there is nothing left to care for, to hope for. The only thing is resentment, hatred, and this desire to kill, to destroy everybody who has caused that despair to all of these different people. And it's not just the Keto. It's not just the Keto, it's everybody who gave them the power to do this, to be these people, to have this authority. It's everybody who turned a blind eye. And that's all of humanity in his eyes. Right? And I think that connecting all of them through the hair is a very nice visual metaphor to kind of show that he is not just grown weary and tired and ragged and exhausted over time, but also it's weighed on him, it's wizened him, it's made him corrupted, and that's the form that he's taken on. I mean, like, age with like recently when I was in London, I picked up a yokai book. So there's a book about yokai, and you know what? Actually, in there it did say something about, I think it might have been Gaidan or something like that. No, there was a phrase. It might be Kaidan. It might be yeah. So Kaidan, Kai means strange, I believe, or weird, and then Dan means stories in Japanese, right? So I thought that was interesting because they intentionally break down yokai and Kaidan, and Dan being stories, so Dandadan, right? Like, I don't know if that's the exact, if there is a connection there, but I just thought it was interesting. But anyway, in the book, it's talking about yokai and the forms that some yokai can take, and it is time and things getting old that makes a lot of entities become candidates for becoming yokai, right? And I think that time is something that it's like a wave that erodes the rock face, right? All right, I didn't know that, Nachan. We need a Nachan corner where you can break down all of these things for me. But it just wipes away the visual, the actual things that make it a unique rock, right? If you spray some graffiti on the side of a rock, or you carve your initials into a rock, and then the waves eventually erode it, it just becomes a rock. It's the same rock, but the thing that you used to identify it, that gave it its personality, is gone. And I think that's the same thing as the yokai. You know, time just erodes everything but the core of it. And if a yokai are just the physical manifestation of an emotion, then that's all that's left, is the emotion. And all that's left is the vessel of hate, is the hate. Not even necessarily why he's done it. And also, if you want more Nachan, you can join the Discord. Free membership to my Patreon. Just click the description, guys. And you can join as a free member, and that will be enough to get you access to the Discord link. Which, honestly, best place on the internet for Dandadan. But yeah, it's possible. I saw a video. Yeah, I don't know, JMO. I'm just shooting ideas out based on stuff that was seen in whatever, in a book. But I thought it was interesting. However, yeah, Orbis, exactly. Like, the best way that you can kind of view it is the Acro Silky one, right? Is that she had a reason for who she was looking for. The who she was looking for was her daughter. It's the sorrow that is created that drives her to stay in existence in the world. But the exact reason, the person that she's looking for, disappears from her mind, her memory, and then over time, it just becomes the feeling of sorrow. Just the core of her entity is sorrow and missing something and needing to fill that void with someone who she thinks is her daughter. She doesn't know. And eventually it becomes a matter of anybody will do. Anybody who will do who fits the bill, because that is the essence of what she is just a nothingness of sorrow. And it's a terrible thing. And that's what connects with people, is the tragedy of it all is horrendous and unbearable. And it's the same with the eye. It's the same with the evil eye. It's not the same as sorrow. I think sorrow is a much more nuanced feeling, and forgetting your daughter is a much more confusing and sad feeling, much more so than hate, which is quite straightforward, right? But it is the same core of everything that gets washed away with time. And the growing hair covering the face and all those features that would have previously denoted this person as this person is washed away and just becomes this wild, crazy, uncontrollable thing, like the hair itself, that just connects and enables hate, which is really sad, which is why I hope one day we will actually deal with this fully rather than just the evil eye being a thing that just sticks around forever in the manga. You know, it's interesting, I think. My opinions on the score, you know, the bit where they fall through the roof, where they fall through the floor rather, into the collection of houses, like the Tsuchinoko's lair. There's a part, like a soundtrack, a track that plays there that was really engaging. It felt creepy. It felt like unique. It felt very different from the previous season in a lot of ways, because it was so much more understated. It was techno-y in a way, but also quite horror oriented, and I really like that they're leaning into that, right? So when they redid the alligators, it is alligators, right? I'm not crazy. The gators, yeah. Sorry, I've been doing a lot of walking. I'm exhausted. I apologize if I'm getting anything wrong, guys. The gators, the way that they redid that, just the colors and the eyes, they looked more predatory. They looked more scary. And again, this color thing again, is that you've got it. What is it about alligators, that is scary that you're going to notice? It's probably the eyes peeking out over the water. So double down on that in the visuals, and that's what they did. And they used like the bright kind of like yellowish hue to really offset against the steam, and it felt like something watching you. It was really good. They also added in Momo knocking over the fountain too, right? Which gives everybody a bit of a part in the prophecy, if you call it a prophecy. It gives them an actual role in it coming true, in things happening how they happened, rather than it just kind of like serendipitously just happens. Momo is part of it. It's just that the exact nature of how this thing plays out is the reasoning of it. Trying to understand the reasoning of it is incorrect, right? Like the Kitos were incorrect about the fact that it meant that you needed to sacrifice people. But yes, to your point, the soundtrack when they fell through that floor bit was really good, and I would like to hear more. If this is what we've got, then let's go, right? I like it a lot. Yeah, I liked it when Momo and Okurun's hands, when they held hands, it didn't feel as impactful as I thought it would. Not in a bad way necessarily, right? I think that the main handhold thing, is a conscious choice, right? And for me, that's the car scene. That's the So right, let's break down the cursed house arc and the evil eye arc. The main points in here, that the main points of physical contact are them holding hands just there, like they do in the film. The hug, the car scene, and then after Momo finishes work, right? They're the four. They can't all hit, if that makes sense. The moment, if you jump out the gate with something really impactful, which is them holding hands there, it doesn't necessarily take away from it. It doesn't necessarily take away from it. It just means that there is less of a breadth of distance to pass to get to the next stage, if that makes sense. At the end of the day, that the point of that, and I hope that it's clear in the Chaotic Beauty video, the point of that is that they are just acting. It's a physical act, not a conscious choice even. It's this idea that they're in this situation against an overwhelming enemy. The likelihood is that they can't win. They can't just win. And what needs to be conveyed there is that these two have things that they haven't said to each other, have things that they haven't even realized about how they feel about each other. And in that moment, it's all there, everything. It's like you can put things off if you want. Like when they're in the nurse's office, they didn't talk about that again, what they wanted to say, what Momo wanted to say. And in that moment, everything that is confusing or that they don't understand about each other or that they keep secret from themselves is physically manifested in this uncontrollable act that they don't even consciously make the decision to do. Now, if you make that too big, it almost takes away from it because then it becomes, well, there had to be a conscious element to that, right? I think she just holds his hand because it's almost like just a way of displaying a closeness and a desire to see each other again. And if this is it, then at least they got past the physical barrier with each other, right? It's almost like it makes it more real. It's like when they fall through the floor. When they fall through the floor, and Okurun asks Momo to reach out to him as they're falling, he says use your powers to reach him, and she doesn't use her powers to grab him. She uses her hand because it's not enough, right? Like there's a desire to physically do that rather than just using her powers. It's more, it's worth more, it feels more. And that's what she does. She doesn't use her powers to do it. She just reaches out with her actual hand, because that physical touch between the two of them is more than just an affirmation of feelings or an affirmation of how close they are. It is this instinctual desire of like, well, they want to do this. They feel more comfortable with it. It's instinct. It goes beyond just thinking about it. And in that moment, the logical thing to do would have been to have used her powers, but she doesn't do it. She just reaches out with her actual hand because it feels right. It feels better. It's more real. It's more real. Yeah, reassure. It just. Do you know what I mean? And in those situations, I think if it had been too impactful, it would have felt like she was making a conscious choice to do it rather than just doing it. Right? Now, the hug has to hit harder because that is all. It's still a bit instinctual. It's still a bit monkey brain, right? Like lizard brain, which is that he's safe. She just wants to express how she feels in a way that it's almost like you can't even think about it. It's like if you see, or if you accidentally knock yourself and it doesn't hurt, it doesn't even hurt you. You say "ow," right, and you jump back. That's instinct. It doesn't actually hurt you. You just know recoil is the right thing to do. And the hug is a little bit that as well. So I think, again, it should be a little bit more conscious, a little bit more impactful, but it is still in that kind of, like wiggle room of like, yeah, you could make the argument that this isn't more than what it is. But back of the car thing, I think needs to hit. No other way around it. I think the stuff in the back of the car, the hand holding in the back of the car, is obviously, it feels right, but that is the display from Momo that she wants to push things further. And that needs to feel, that needs to be the shit, because that is a turning point. That's a light bulb moment, right? That is electric in a way that those other moments, while amazing in themselves, aren't quite the same level as. It's subtle, it's quiet, it's conscious, it's not in the heat of any moment, it's not in big relief, it's not forced by anything outside. It's this, they exist, and I've said this before, but they exist in this tiny little bubble between the two of them that has to be just them, right? And inside of that bubble is where everything important happens. When you are able to push away everything outside of it and just be in that bubble, you can't use the situation as an excuse. Her choosing to do that in the back of the car is a choice. It's the choice, right? And it's in that bubble. And the same with the walking together scene. Yeah, Eric, you're quite right. Thanks, Hoops. I appreciate that you appreciate that, my guy. Yeah, she's making a choice to be vulnerable and to take a step. It's this bit is just opening the door to whatever that is, right? And then from there, the same with the walking home together thing. It's just outside of the situation. You don't need to use the fact that lives are on the line as an excuse, because they aren't. That you don't need to use the excuse of the excuse of oh, I'm just relieved that you're okay. That's not necessarily a factor in it. I think part of it. I mean, relationships are funny, aren't they? Like any relationship between people is funny, Serpo, because you have to take everybody's right. So I think, yeah, I hope that they bulk out the walking home together scene as well, because I think that is quite an important factor, because that is going to be the big one. The one in the car is big, but this is like going back in again for seconds, so it needs to be as big. In a lot of ways, going the second time is even more important than a first in a lot of ways, right? And it's also because it's not just her partially going the full way and then Gigi jumps in and gets in the way of it. It's her going like, I didn't manage to accomplish it that time, I'm going to try again, which shows reoccurrence, a reoccurring desire to go again. But it's not, the thing is, Serpo, that there are I find that with people, you can have two people in a room, right, and there'll be like 5 different opinions, and that's because people are so multifaceted, right? You can hold two different opinions about something. You can hold 2 different opposing opinions about something in your own head, and for some reason that doesn't make your brain immediately explode, right? When they're walking home together and she does that, it's not just a reward for him waiting for her, it's her desire to express how she feels as well, right? So it's not just, and it's also a way of gauging if he may feel the same way. So, and for him, I can only imagine the concoction. He's a slightly more straightforward guy than she is, a girl, I think, just because of the nature of who he is, right? But he has every desire, I imagine, in the world to want to pull away because of the way that he is. He's nervous, and he's anxious, and he also responds quite, at least at this stage, quite reserved when it comes to physical affection, whereas she's slightly more forward in a lot of ways. So, but again, he has a desire to get closer to her. We already know this. So it's complicated, you know? But people are complicated. And like, you know, come on. I feel like I don't need to explain it. Like, everybody's, you know, early stages of any early relationships of any kind have so many different sides to them. You're nervous, you're excited, you're afraid, you're eager. It's everything all at once, everywhere. Right? You just know, you know. You just know. And that's what they do so well, is they capture that in a way that you can't necessarily describe, if that makes sense. You can just see all of the complexity, all of those different conflicting sides of things. So what my point is, going back to the original point, guys, because I got sidetracked there a lot. Back to my original point is that I don't think that them holding hands in that moment felt like a glass shattering moment, right? It felt real, and it felt raw, and it felt important, but it didn't feel astronomically out of this world important. And I don't think they wanted it to. I think it's set up. It's set up for what's coming later. Yeah, that's it. A dodecahedron of emotions orbis. But yeah, it's I can only presume that we have a lot more to come with it. And I think that understating it in that moment only reverberates and lends a strength to the moments that are to come, hopefully. I hope that's the case, because if they know, and I have no reason to think they don't after season 1, just them looking at each other in the nurse's office was enough to make people's minds explode. I think that they'll get those moments right, because those are the parts that people need. Those are the parts that people need them to get right, in my opinion. Those are the parts that I think elevate this from just being another anime to being something really special. And you know, they haven't messed it up yet. So let's go. You know? That the people demand Momokuru, guys. Yeah, Charlie. Yeah, it's because it's more conscious. It's a decision to do it. It's not just a physical reaction in a high intensity moment where you can't even talk about it, you can't even think about it. It's just enough to give him that push to do what he needs to do. And it's also just enough for Momo to push herself to do everything she can. It's an inspiration for what hasn't happened yet, right? It's every single possible maybe of their future together in a moment, an inspiration to allow that to exist. But we'll see. We'll see. I mean, it depends how the rest of the season goes. But look, for someone who is absolutely addicted to this stuff, addicted to this stuff, I didn't feel like it took anything away, and I don't feel like they did they understated it. Yeah, well, maybe we'll have Momokuru in the manga one day, guys. We have Momokuru at home. Are we going to read the chapter? Oh yeah, shit. Did we cover everything, guys? Did we cover everything from the film? Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. I want to Shadow. he's right. He's right, folks. He's right. He's right. Oh yeah. Also, by the way, any anime onlys, okay, that haven't seen the light of GG yet, can go to hell, because my boy pushed himself past his goddamn limits in that film. Did you see him go? Did you see him go? Also, he agrees that his dad is not S tier. He agrees that his mum is a higher tier than his dad, because he did not care at all about his dad. When he cut them free, he ran straight to his mum. He didn't even check his dad. I'm pretty sure his dad wasn't moving. But he didn't even give it a second thought. All right? And for the record, and you know what, guys? Actually, no, I'm just going to say it. All right? I'm just going to say it. Right? I was sat in the cinema. No, you think this is bad support? Listen to this tale. All right? I was sat in the cinema watching that scene, and it was very impactful, right? It was a very sad moment. And all I hear next to me when they get cut down was a tiny giggle from Blissey. Was a tiny giggle from Blissey next to me, right? And I was like, I know why that came out. It's because I'm telling you, the moment that he ran down to his mum and not his dad, what triggered in that brain was, I guess it's true. That he also views his dad as a lower tier than his mum. And that's what the laugh was. And I was like, well, that was impactful. I asked afterward, and that is exactly what it was. All right? You're all as bad as me. Oh, I'm not snitching. Come on. All right? It's fine. It was very funny. It was a very funny moment for me. But I couldn't laugh. I had to keep it in. Because if I had laughed out loud in the cinema when that happened, right? Oh, his mum was the closest. Yeah, he could have checked both. He could have checked both. Not for Gigi, it's not. It's not Father's Day for Gigi. My guy doesn't care. He gets his mum something on Father's Day. It's second Mother's Day in this house. Oh, anyway, my point is, my boy Gigi, he pulled it off. My guy, he pulled it off in the anime there. It was absolutely amazing. I loved it. Oh, it was very funny though. You should have seen it, guys. You should have seen it, because I was just sat there. I was like, okay, all right. I guess we laughing. I guess we laughing now. Oh yeah, the extra stuff about the transformation. Yes, that was so good. You know, I thought when they started doing that, when the worm took over everybody's like brains and made them go crazy, made them go cuckoo caca, I thought to myself, I was like, right, this is their way of sidestepping all of the I'm just gonna say it, the suicide stuff, right? Whatever, all right. Don't recommend me on the YouTube channels, all right? I don't care, all right? The suicide stuff, god damn, all right? You're not gonna police my speech, god damn it. Sorry. Words are important, guys. Words are important. Don't let this is a very quick tangent, right? Words are important, okay? Don't let people try to infantize things that are important, all right? There is nothing more tragic or awful than suicide. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing. It's wrong. It's terrible that people are driven to the point where they feel like they need to do that. Okay? It's so wrong. that we live in a world where that is a thing that can happen to people. It is horrible. I even just imagine what you need to feel like to do that. Okay? It's important that we call it what it is, and that's suicide. Okay? People who try to get you to say unalive, like you're a child, like you're a baby, is pathetic, man. What they're trying to do is they're trying to infantilize you. They're trying to make you think like a baby. And the power of words, right? The power of words is incredibly important. And the moment that you allow those words, important words, with important impact be taken from you, is the moment that you start to become a lesser being. Because you can't even vocalize the complexity or how awful a tragedy is, because you go, oh, this person unalived themselves, and you get to, oh, I still feel okay, right? It's a stupid thing, and the fact that it is doubled down on by corporate media is sickening to me, and the fact that so many people fall in line for it is also sickening to me. All right, this is a rant now. I apologize, right? I know it's not relevant, but this is something that really stresses me out about the way that the world is heading. Is that we bend over backwards to goddamn corpos, it so that we can. Do you know what I mean? Don't let them use. Don't use that word. Please do not use that word. I don't care if you know what I mean. Don't recommend the channel then. It doesn't bother me. Okay. Use the words that mean the thing, especially when it's important. Okay. Look up linguistic determinism. Okay. Look that up, and you'll understand. Play Metal Gear Solid 5. Play Metal Gear Solid 5 or something, alright? Words are important, man. Okay? Alright? Anyway. Rant over. I apologize. Sorry, that got into a whole thing. I do apologize. It really frustrates me. Anyway, that bit, I thought what they were doing was trying to sidestep all of the suicide stuff by making it so that he would so that Okarun would just lose his cool and attack Gigi, and that would be him losing his mind kind of thing. All right, but it thank you, Blissy, thank you, I appreciate that. I don't know whether or not coming after the rant was intended, but I appreciate it. That genuinely, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Anybody who's here watching, anybody who is a subscriber, anybody who is paying for anything at all, or has paid at any point at all in the past, now, the future, whatever. Thank you. Incredibly humbling. I can't even express it. Oh yeah, well, you've more than replaced it. All right, I normally get like 50p for these. I normally get like 50p for these, so thank you. But yes, anyway, I thought that was their way of sidestepping it. But they didn't. They used it and added on top of all of the previous stuff as well. All of that stuff was just an addition as well. And I thought that was great. I thought that was incredible. Thanks, Eric. Oh my god, guys. I should rant more often. What the hell? Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Genuinely. Absolute legends over here. Absolute legends. And if you like these guys, these legends, and you want to be a legend too, please follow my Patreon link in the description and join as a free member. I am working on some incredible stuff, guys. Some really cool stuff. And not just the video stuff. Alright? Not just the video stuff. I've got a lot of other cool stuff that I'm working on that I can't really tell you about because I don't know when it's going to be ready. Okay? Oh my god, guys. Oh my god. Oh, we're not even in the chapter yet, guys. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, JMO. Oh my god, guys. I still don't know how to take. You know, All right, Aaron. Hi. Yeah, that would be Blissy that did it. So cool. Welcome, Aaron. Welcome to the Serpo tier. Yeah. All right, support. I'll get there. But yes, I thought that was their way of sidestepping it, but it wasn't. It was just adding on top of all the previous stuff. And sorry, I'm deer in headlights whenever I get a donation. I apologize. It throws my entire thing off. I'm just like, okay, stress. Yes, but they didn't. They just used it and added on top of it, and it was quite visceral stuff as well, right? It was pretty visceral stuff on top of that, which is pretty cool. I like that they did that. It added quite a lot of extra momentum to everything. Also, seeing Okarun pull his like face apart was stressing me out. It was stressing me out to watch. I was like, what the hell? What the hell are they doing? Like, what? He's actually ripping his jaw off. And I always wondered why he never used any of his powers. It was, again, adding to that kind of horror, creepy vibe. They did that really well. Is take that and run with it. No, they did not shy away from the seriousness of it. They again, despair and suicide go so tightly hand in hand. That is one of the major themes of the arc. So avoiding it is just cowardly, and these guys don't avoid it, even though they have a lot of difficulty, presumably, in Japan with this topic, in airing it regarding that topic, because it's such a taboo. But they do it anyway, and I respect the shit out of that. You know? Yeah, welcome back, Aaron. If you're going to stick around, dude. But I hope that you've seen the film. Although we are going to move on to the new chapter now. Yeah, that was a big rant, guys. That was a big rant. But yeah, look, these guys care about the source material, guys. These guys care about the source material a lot. And that's something that they want to respect, and I respect that. Okay. Right, so pomade time, guys. Pomade. Right. So, guys, these are my highest tier subscribers, patrons on Patreon and on YouTube. These guys donate to the channel every month. They're crazy people. I don't know what else to say. I say it every week, guys. I say it every week, guys, but these guys are absolute gems. I don't know. I don't know when it became, you know, when things became worth people paying money to keep me going. But it is humbling, and it really does mean the world to me, genuinely. It makes me want to keep making stuff, so thank you. So that's Blissy Cat, Burlap Sack, Danny, Fifth Gram, Hoopster, JMO, Mother Support, Orbis, Sarah, Serpo, Strawberry Jellies, Valley Wolf. He's currently Valley Wolf because he talks like, oh my god. And then Tim Kai as well. You've seen a lot of them here. And they're all incredible, and I owe them a lot. They may not realize it, but I owe them a lot, because it means, you know, like, for me, this is just a little thing that I did. Like, a lot of this stuff was just a thing that I did, and the fact that it's connected with people to a degree like that, where they're willing to go to the highest. We have more highest tier patrons than we have middle tier patrons and Serpo tier if you don't count people who were gifted it combined, and that's wild. That is crazy madness. That's crazy madness to me. I don't know how that happened. I wish I had more to offer, but I'll keep making stuff, guys. All right, I can assure you that I'll keep making stuff to the best of my ability, as long as you guys are around to see it, and maybe even a bit longer than that. Valley Ida when? We've already seen Valley Ida. If anybody wants to see Valley Ida, you've got to join the Discord, guys. Free Patreon membership. Just follow the link in the description, and you can join the Discord. And on the Discord, you'll be able to see Valley Ida, and you'll be able to hang out with all of these Nito Burrito people. Yeah, Aaron. Yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it? That's my straw hat. That's my my disc plate. And that's my purple light. Now watch this, Aaron. I'm doing this for you, my dude. I'm doing this for you, alright? So that means you have to stick around. Watch this. It's not doing it. Oh, that's embarrassing. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Look at that. What do you think? Keep it this color for a while. Pretty sick, eh? What happened, Orbis? Orbis, that is really shitty that happened to you, my guy. That is really shitty. That is actually really shitty that was the case. I'm sorry. Put it on green for a while. No, I'm putting it back on purple. Purple's my favorite. Purple's my favorite. Oh, did you like the blue? I'll put it on blue for you. I'll put it on blue for you in celebration of your welcome back for a while. I hope that will please you, my friend. Okay, now we're going to go on to... I find that red makes me look agitated. Now we're going to move on to the chapter, guys. So, he's very pleased. I'm pleased that you're pleased, my guy. Right, so, last week, I don't even know what to say about where the manga's at, guys. It's strange. And, you know, they definitely did align what they were doing in the manga with the release of the Evil Eye movie. And I also presume that there's going to be something big in chapter 200. In chapter... I'm leaving it on blue for a while for Aaron, right? You know, but I presume that chapter 200 is also going to be a big one because it is on the same week as the release of the second season, right? Which gives me the fear because that's only 3 weeks away, I believe. And I kind of want to have my video done by then. So it's going to be difficult. But anyway, I'm in overdrive now, guys. I'm in overdrive. Okay. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, people being split on the arc when it's not done, I think is such a typical we're in the middle of an arc kind of thing, right? We haven't seen the culmination of it, so you know, it's hard, in my opinion, to judge something when it's incomplete. You know, I think when it's finished, we'll know. Because in a lot of ways, you're setting up things, presumably, that need to pay off in order for us to actually see what was being set up in the first place. I'm a little bit, you know, like it's kind of weird that the Tsuchinoko's back. The Mongolian death worm is just back, right? The Kurogiri is back. And it's out the top of a plane. I don't really know. I honestly, I'm a little confused. This has been like, you know, because obviously there was the movie and obviously the trip to meet some fellow Discordians. So my brain's been a bit fried and frazzled over the past few days. So half of the time I don't even know what's happening. When, oh, you know what, Aaron? I bet you haven't seen this as well. Look, I got an arm. Like that. I'm like a proper little streamer now. How cool is that? Right? Before I was just talking down here into a mic down here. But now I can talk like this. Anyway, so the chapter starts with the Tsuchinoko out the top of the plane, and it's firing frozen sharks at the Typhoon Man. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, the fact that they are split, is why people are upset about it. You spat in yours to break it. I would do it as well because they're not waterproof. No, the arm is really good because you like the counterweight just gives it so much kind of like flexibility. You can put it anywhere and it will stay there. As long as it's within the scope of it being able to do it. Right? It's very cool. It's very cool. This is like night and day. This is night and day compared to what I had before. Completely night and day. It makes everything so much easier to do. Yeah, I'm getting through it, support. I'm going. Yeah, honestly, this is... It's not a very good mic. It's fine. It's just a Scarlett. But, it's just a Scarlett. Yeah, okay, I've tangented, okay. But it's cool. Look at it. Look at it, guys. It's so cute. Say cheese. Sorry, I just wanted to remember this moment. I wanted to remember this moment. This moment. Anyway, oh my god. Anyway, the next panel we see Gigi and Momo are staring out of the window. You like this? There's a lot of memories in here, guys, that no one's ever gonna see. I've still got 15. Oh my god, it's wolf. There's the valley wolf, everyone. That's the valley wolf that we're talking about. Alright. My what? The Momokurun keychain. That is not possible, Orbis, I'm afraid. I'm gonna have to retire the Momokurun keychains. I apologize, alright? The Momokurun keychains have been retired. Okay? I'll find something else. I'll find something else to distract you guys with. Just give me a couple of weeks and I'll find something. Alright? For now, you can just have this. That's just gonna have to do. Or perhaps this golden ball will do. What do you think? What do you think? Maybe this is better. Don't worry about the keychains, guys. Look at the golden ball. Look, it's Dandadan. It's a Dandadan golden ball. Far better. Far better. Oh my god, support. Yes, I gave them away. I gave them away. Okay? Alright? Okay? Sue me. Sue me. Anyway, if you're done now, I'm not giving keychains to support. There is no keychain to give to support, nor should I. They're gone. I'm not getting them back. All right, I'll find my own. I'll find my own new ones. All right, don't hate me because you ain't me. Okay. Anyway. They're kind of like astonished by the worm, which I suppose makes sense. But I do find it very strange that these guys are so ready to just be kind of like, oh wow, the worm's sick. It's like this is a strange turn of events. This whole bit of the worm is actually quite strange, to be fair. I'll find new keychains or some other new thing to distract you people with. Honestly, you're like children. I'm trying to talk about the chapter here, all right? Okay, there's work to do here. All right? Get it? Like, get it together? I'm not buying some for you. No, absolutely not. Yeah, but it's the man-eating worm thing is like, surely they should not be pleased about this in the slightest. I just find it weird that this thing has just happened again. Like, it's back. It's back now, right? And they're riding it on, like, they're on its back, riding it as it fires ice sharks towards a typhoon man. I just find that a little bit strange. Anyway, Momo then says that they need to get their butts in gear as well and start to do something. And just as that happens, there's a big opening inside the plane and they all start getting pulled out. Momo especially because she's tiny. Gigi tries to find her as she's being thrown. Are you hitting out with an OM freaking G? OM freaking G. Seriously. Seriously. No, you guys want to see? Do you guys want to see Valley Ida? Do you guys want to see Valley Ida? I'll show you if you like. I'll find it. I'll show you it. Let me find it. Hold on, guys. This is important. This is important. No, this is important. This is important. This is important. This is important. Alright, I made this for the Discord. By the way, guys, if you're not in the Discord, please follow the link in the description to my Patreon. Join as a free member. That's all you need to do. Join as a free member. It's free. And you can join the Discord. We get up all into all kinds of silly stuff. Oh my god, this smells so good. I can't wait to just eat it. Oh my god, I can't wait to eat it. So, like, why did you not even, like, freaking call for me on this one? I mean, I'm the leader, aren't I? So, like, what the frick, guys? And you, like, what are you even doing here? Like, WT freaking F, I told you to get out of here and to never come back. Like, to just stay away for, like, forever. Just get out of here. Oh my freaking god, he's so freaking cute. Oh my god, of course you can stay. You can stay for, like, as long as you like forever. You can stay here for, like, ever. Oh my god, so freaking cute. So I do feel like Ida probably could sound like that. I feel like Ida probably could sound like that. I feel like she looks like she could sound like that. Right? Oh my freaking god. OM freaking G. I feel like she could sound like that. I'll do more. I'll do more. Alright? I'll do more. Anyway. You know, I've got to do stuff to pad out my days. Okay? That's a video. That's a video right there you just got. That was a sneak peek into a video, guys. If you want to see more exclusives, as well as exclusive stages, where we get up to all kinds of silly shenanigans, join the Discord. Join as a free member to my Patreon, and you get access to the Discord link. It's pretty baller. It's what they're saying. That's what people are saying. Also, I've heard. Anyway, Momo gets thrown out to the side of the plane, and Gigi can't find her. And as he does, he sees that she's getting pulled out of the hole by the Tsuchinoko. The Tsuchinoko is made in the roof. His eyes also do that thing where they go like a different color. So I presume that he's using his powers at least somewhat in this sequence to try to move quicker. It's not even been like this for that. No one's been even having a go at support. No one's even been having a go at support. She's been a baby, man. Like, honestly. Oh my god, like, seriously. Anyway, he jumps out and he tries to grab Momo, and as he does, he misses. He misses, and she gets pulled out of the plane, flying off into the air. And it looks quite bad. And she's not using her powers for some reason. And why is she not using her powers, I must wonder. And as Gigi shouts for her, the oh, it's just like when she missed him in the cursed house. You're right. It is like that. He got it bad, by the way, when they fell through the floor, because she grabs for Okarun, which is really cute and sweet, but she used her powers to protect him, and Gigi just boom, he just falls. It's like, right, okay, that's fine. But anyway, our boy, the Brella boy, yokai Zuma, opens up his brole, his umbrella, and he catches Momo in it and closes it so that she's safe. He's so cool. Zuma is so cool. Planning a trip to Glasgow. Yeah, alright. Find me. Bet. Good luck. Good luck finding me. Alright? Okay, I'm invisible. Anyway. I do think that it's pretty cool that he kind of talks like he's talking to Futa, in a similar kind of way to how Aira refers to Acro Silky, like when she swears and stuff around Okarun, she says that it's always Acro Silky that's saying that and not her. So when they take it on their aura, there is clearly some kind of I think that there's clearly some sort of like melding of the original. The power element of them is still something that you could refer to as the other entity. I imagine, right? It's like they are partially working together. They are partially there, but maybe the spirit of the yokai is not consciously there with them, just in power alone, right? More buffering. How odd. Normal again. Yeah, sometimes it just acts up. I don't know why. I don't know. I think that my network card is pretty old, guys. I think I might just need to upgrade. I'm kind of sick of doing that, of upgrading stuff, but hey, for the channel. Alright? Anyway, he catches Momo in the umbrella, and then he unravels it, and he's able to grab her. And now it looks like Gigi and Zuma are working together, because Gigi is holding Zuma as he holds onto the plane as well. And this is the part that Nachan was referring to. Upgrades, people, upgrades. Is that a Robots reference? You do a lot of Robots references. I don't know why, but I know the script of that film off by heart for some reason. I don't remember watching it that frequently, so I don't know why that's in here. That's in here, but a lot of other things like mathematics are not in there, so go figure. Anyway, maybe it is. It is. I know it is. You know it is. There's nobody else here who cares that it is. We both know that that is what it is, okay? This is the part that Nachan was referring to because his nails are black. So he's clearly, more and more, Gigi is clearly harnessing the ability of the evil eye and drawing power from it. So I do think that we're moving towards a situation in where he's able to actually more freely use the power of the eye. Maybe not as a yokai, but as something, right? As some kind of like blended situation between the two of them. You know? Yeah, Robots is really, by the way, guys, Robots is really just about the benefits of universal healthcare. Just saying. Go watch it. Anyway, Gigi's kind of crying about the fact that he can't find Momo, and Zuma lets him know that he's holding her. And as somebody pointed out correctly in the Discord, because he responded to Gigi referring to Momo, that means that Zuma now does know. Now he does know what Momo's name is. So we got there, guys. We got there. It just took... when did the Danmara arc happen? When did the Danmara arc happen? Whenever that was, however long ago that was, we're finally there. He knows her name now. Sick. Anyway. The Ketos are riding on the back of the Mongolian deathworm, and they are questioning how many more sharks they need to fire at it, because it's not weakening. And Momo screams at them and tells them not to stop. And this is quite funny because it kind of like gets translated as time goes on. So as each person passes on the message is don't stop. She says don't stop, don't stop, don't hop, donut shop. Sounds delish. So stupid. So stupid. You know? It's so stupid. Because of the... Yeah, it must be a nighttime flight. You're right. I forgot. That's a really good point. Oh, yeah, they're in empty space. This is all very confusing. This is all very confusing because if they do go back to normal space and it's sun time, then the worm's going to dry out again, isn't it? Anyway, so Nakikito seems to think that they're talking about a donut shop, but she then says that there's no time for eating. And there's some pretty badass 2-page spreads here, guys. The artwork never misses. It never misses. Oh, it is the evening. Yeah, it was after school, of course. Look at you two. Look at you two brain selling. It must be a proximity-based thing. Anyway. They, just at that moment, the worm is slashed in half. And everybody's pretty shocked. I don't know why I haven't turned any of these into emotes. It's quite funny because Gigi and Momo for the past two chapters have been sharing the brain cell themselves, right? They keep pulling the same facial expressions. And it's funny because I feel like we've got some really good opportunities for some emotes for the Discord. By the way, guys, anybody who's not in the Discord, Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member and you get access to the Discord link. It's free to join. It's the best place to be for Dandadan and a bunch of other stuff that I won't tell you about. You have to come and find out. And anyway, yeah, so the Tsushinoko is cut from the root, essentially, and it starts drifting off. This is so weird, by the way. This whole thing is so weird. Anyway, it keeps the typhoon. It's just like they're shooting frozen sharks at each other. It's so weird. The typhoon's getting the sharks up its nose and is firing them at the plane that way. And as the worm got cut in half, it starts to float away because it's basically just a really long tube now. And just like that, Momo uses her powers to grab the end of the Mongolian death worm, and she essentially just hangs onto it as they go flying, right? And you know, they're kind of losing control of the entire thing, and they're floating away from the plane. And Momo then uses her spectral hand and puts it all the way through the worm and out of its mouth. so it's kind of like expanded. Yeah, like the rules of the Tsuchinoko before seem to posit that there should be a second worm down there and that the head was taken off, but I don't know. Maybe it's the bigger part. Maybe it's just the bigger part that gets to stay. Anyway, and just like that, Momo's got her spectral hand all the way through the Mongolian death worm, and it's just like a big tube that can fly around now, like a windsock. Yeah, so it just flies like a kite. What is happening? What is happening? I'm sorry, but what is happening? I'm so confused. This isn't what I expected. None of this is what I expected. I'm dreadfully confused about what's happening. I'm going to be honest. All right, I'm going to be honest with you guys. All right. This is definitely the weakest of the 3 plot lines, in my opinion. I think this is the weakest of the 3 plot lines that have been happening with, Ida. There's the Ida in the gym. There's the Okarun and Kinta versus Hase and that cheeked up alien. And then there's this. And doesn't mean it's bad. This is Dandadan, obviously. It is definitely the weakest of the 3 for me, if I'm honest. So far, you don't know how. I don't know how it's going to end. It could have an incredible ending point, right? But it doesn't quite compare to Ida reverse dunking. It doesn't compare to Ida reverse dunking. God damn it, Ida is so cool. She's so cool. That whole sequence is so cool. God damn it, she doesn't care, man. Do you see her when she reverse dunked Rin? When she undunked Rin? And the whole stuff with Koki as well was so good. Was so good. That whole bit was amazing. That was a high point. And Okarun as well, when he finally decided that he was not going to hide away. He wasn't going to hide away from who he actually is and his actual interests, and he's going to bring that into being part of him. That's cool as well. It's not something to be ashamed of, man. Comparatively, this doesn't really have as much of a kind of like, I feel like a character thing to latch onto. And that's fine, but it is maybe making it drag a bit in places for me. Right? I'm definitely more of a character person than I am a plot person. So I'm maybe getting a little bit. I don't think there's anything wrong with admitting it. I'm gonna maybe a little bit. I'm getting a little bit tired of it, right? I just kind of want to get us moving now, because there is a lot of moving parts to this. I kind of want to see where it ends up. Space Standard Jam and Passion of the Kintokarun were certainly better. Again, I don't have a problem with this necessarily. It's just, and I think if this were, alright, we'll put the light on red, alright? This is the last time I'll take suggestions. There you go. But this is the thing. No, Orbis, that's my point, right? We have this desire at this point to see Momo normal again. And it does feel like we're kind of like losing sight of that because of all the craziness that's happening. I don't want another little adventure. I don't want another little Momo adventure. I'm tired of little Momo adventures. I want normal Momo adventure, please. Can we have normal Momo adventure? Can we have a Momokurun adventure? Just a little bit of it. Just a little bit. And, and it's like every week I'm like, I don't want to be on the plane anymore. I want us to get to the Momokurun stuff. I want us to get to the really... Everything else has been really, really excellent. Everything else has been really excellent this arc. I loved all the Aira stuff. I loved all the stuff with Kinta and Okarun. I thought that stuff was amazing. I thought it was so cool. I just, you know what I mean? I kind of just want to move. No, I know character development is always happening in this. It's not about like I'm giving it breathing space. It's just I personally don't find all of this stuff super interesting. So I'm kind of looking forward to it getting to a point where we get something a little bit more impactful from it, right? The Koki stuff was amazing. It was so good. The Koki stuff was amazing, right? Like, it really was incredible for me. I thought it was so good. And Okarun's realization was also outstanding. So I kind of feel like we need something here. Yeah, if it's a GG rejection, I'll take it. I'm fine with that. That's a great direction to take this thing. All right? But yeah, you know? Yeah. Yeah, it needs, I feel like it's maybe time to maybe one more or two chapters more of this max, and then I think we need to you know. No, you're probably right, Blissy. You're probably right. I think that there's just everybody wants to I think that we're all getting a little bit angsty about the lack of Momo and Okarun being together. I'm not immune. I'm not immune of it, right? Like, it's there as me. It's there with me. The Koki stuff was so good. The Koki stuff was so good. Yeah, I mean, I think one or two, like maybe two more chapters of this soon. But yeah. Anyway, they're flying it around like a windsock, and so basically the plane's leading away, and Momo is then sending the worm upward instead into the stratosphere. So rather than going back to the plane, she's just using her ability to make it fly up. I love Koki as well. I think Koki is so good. She's so good. Like, I've seen so little of her, but I'm so interested in her as a character. I don't know. There's something about characters like her that really speak to me. You know, I don't know what it is. It is something about characters like her that are just so sad to me. Like, there's a brilliance that just gets shoved away and locked away because of the way that people treat them. It's so sad, because it makes you wonder how many brilliant people there are, how many actual geniuses there are that are unable to express that because nobody gives I think what's really sad, guys, is that most people just, all they take is like, it takes so little to inspire someone to do a little bit more and to be a little bit better, to be the best version of yourself. It really takes so little. It really takes so little to do that, to be better. I don't know. I think it's really sad that people miss their prime, or fail to unlock that part of themselves, or be inspired, or be the best version of themselves they can be, just because nobody gave them a tiny little nudge. Because that's what it takes. It's just the smallest nudge. Like, a couple of people who give a shit is all it takes. And it makes me really sad to see a character like that, because it's just really raw, I think. It's like I think there's so many people who are like that, and that's so sad. Yeah, small words, man. Just small words can have such a huge impact on someone. Or just letting them know that it doesn't really, they don't need to be a specific version of themselves. They can be whatever version of themselves they want to be, right? Like, rather than forcing someone to, I don't know. I don't know, but there's something about that in Koki, I think, that I find, do you know what I mean? That I find quite, yeah, quite inspiring. Yeah, I think that's a good point, support. I think that is why Ida and Koki's dynamic is so interesting, because Ida has always rigidly tried to be the best along the lines of social expectations as well, right? She's in a way allowed that to define her by being the best and outdoing everybody else in things that socially are seen as important. She's also been able to find her place in the world, whereas Koki has kind of given up in a lot of ways, right? I'm good, Wolf. I think that I don't think that they, I don't know. Where's the other way? Yeah, well that's it. Yeah, like her parents, the way that Koki's parents were towards her and her sister is so awful, isn't it? Like, that's just terrible. It's like you can only have one kid that you care about enough to I don't know. Parents can be pretty disappointing, gamers. You know? Not all of them. Not all of them, but they can be. Because, unfortunately, they are fallible. You know? They are people. And not always the best ones. You know? Some people never grow out of that. You know? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Anyway. Then, to end it, we see that in order to beat the typhoon, they need to smash down into the eye of the typhoon. And the artwork here, the double page spread, makes it all worth it. It's so good. It is such a good piece of, that is like an excellent piece of art. Like, it is wonderful to look at. Brilliantly done. Jesus, can you imagine, like, what goes into this stuff, by the way? It's incredible. You know what? I changed my mind. That panel makes it all worth it. That is so cool. That goes so hard. It's metal. Nah, that makes it all worth it. It's so cool. Yeah, no, that makes it all worth it. Yeah, I agree, Shadow. That's a really, that is for the best. That's for the best. You know, like, this is why most of the time, guys, most of the time, I hope you'll notice that things on the channel, we try to focus on things that we do care about and that we do like, because it can be very easy. It's very easy to pick apart things you don't like. It's very hard in comparison to construct a really conscious kind of like considered opinion about why it is you do like something, and try to express that. I know that because it's something that I find incredibly difficult to do, and the point of the whole channel is to do that. And if it was as simple, it's really easy to go and find something that people don't like and you don't like and go, well, this is really crap because of A, B, and C. Or this person's awful because of A, B. It's just no point. Who cares? Who gives shit, man? Oh, you don't like it. Oh, everyone, this guy doesn't like that. Who gives a shit, man? Who cares? Oh my lord. What is with the internet now, man? When did it all become... Oh, I guess it's always been that, hasn't it? Just like... God damn, who gives a shit? You don't like something. Oh, everyone. This person doesn't like something. Shut the hell up. Sorry. It's anyway, point is, you know, yeah, I hear what you're saying, Aaron. I do. Again, that is valid. I'm not saying that's not valid. You can have criticisms. Anybody can have criticisms, and if they are correctly formatted and formulated, you can have good reasoning for those criticisms. My thing is more that it's really hard to make something. It's really hard to make something. It's really easy to tear it down. And that doesn't mean that it's not necessarily got value, right? Like if you release a product and you're selling it, for example, it deserves criticism because you're protecting people's rights, people's consumer rights, people's decision making, and that stuff deserves criticism. But if we're talking about artistic expression and a piece of art doesn't necessarily connect with you, I don't see the value in just sitting around and breaking down why it's crap. You can talk about why something didn't work in your opinion. That's not the same thing as saying this thing's bad. You know, saying this thing's bad is just being a dick. But if you're saying, well, they tried to do this, I can see that, but I don't think it worked because of X, Y, and Z, that's fine. That's just an opinion. That is a criticism. That's a good criticism. That's critique. But the other thing is being a dick. Oh, it's shit. I don't like it. I don't care if you don't like it. If you don't have an opinion that actually matters, that's got actual logic behind it, then it's useless. You know? Constructive, yeah. Even constructive, I think it's not necessarily like, oh, I want you to do better next time, even though that is the mindset you should have. It's criticism that has basis in the process, an understanding of the process, so that you can break down what it is that you don't like about it in a way that actually serves that version of art in general, right? Like if you think that someone uses broad strokes on a painting and you think that in some way is to the detriment of the piece or the expression trying to be conveyed by the piece, and you think that lighter strokes would have been a better idea, that's valuable, man. You're telling me something that's valuable that someone else who wants to express that same position in the future or a similar position may utilize in their own art. That has value. But going like, I think this painting's shit because I don't like it, it has no value. That is worthless. All it serves to show is that you're a moron. Not you, I mean the person who would be saying this thing. Does that make sense? I don't know why I'm ranting so much today, guys. I apologize. I think I'm just tired. I apologize for the ranting. I don't know. I like to, maybe the person next to you, they could be in your own home. They could be under your own bed. I don't even know if it's philosophical. I think I'm just ranting. Maybe a bit needlessly. I've been traveling all day today, you know, and that takes it out of you. I'm probably gonna go in the next few minutes, but Aaron's eating beans, everyone. Aaron's eating beans. He's watching the stream and eating beans. Hell yeah. Yeah, passion. That is it. It's passion. But you know, I think both of the things that I've ranted about are things that I care about. And guys, I hope that you care about them too. Alright? I hope that you care about them too. Because I think they're important. You know? that just critiques you while you sleep. That's mean. That's needless. That's needless. Why does he breathe so loud? Why does he breathe so loud when he's sleeping? Bro, are you snoring? Bro, are you snoring? You sound like a pig, bro. What the hell? You don't snore like that. Come on. Oh my god. Wait until all the other yokai hear about this. Bro, you sound like an animal. You sound sick. Why do you sound like that when you're sleeping, dude? Bro. Oh my god, are you talking to yourself? Are you actually saying that stuff about yourself when you're sleeping? Oh my god, that's cringe. Oh my god, that's cringe. He just admitted that he's in love with someone who doesn't love him back when he's sleeping. Oh my god, that's cringe, dude. Dude. Yeah, the self-doubt demon. Oh my god, do you actually like freaking like seriously sleep like that? Oh my god, he's like a pig or something, or like some kind of like sick, disgusting animal. He makes me freaking sick. Just look at him. Look at him. A general waking up with a general sense of sadness. Someone's been mean to you. You don't know why. I feel really bad this morning. I don't know why though. I just feel like someone's been mocking me and making fun of me and my most intimate thoughts at night. That's crazy. That's really depressing. It's really depressing. Why do I feel so bad this morning? I don't mean like physically, I mean emotionally. Guys, what's going on? I don't know, Serpo. What's going on with you? Are you okay? I know you've been sick earlier. I know you've been sick. Like, you've been unwell. Are you okay? Are you okay? You're talking crazy, dude. You should scroll back up and see your messages. You're talking crazy. I don't know what's wrong with you. We'll talk about the chapter here. Aaron. I've not lost it. I'm just a sleepy boy. It must be a ghost. There can't be any other explanation. There can't be any other explanation. Oh my god. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I'm even talking about, guys. Yeah, we are talking about yokai. No, that's true. It is on topic. It is on topic. Also, we're not doing the tier list today. We're not doing the tier list today. I'm too sleepy in the head, and because we had because we talked about the movie and stuff, it kind of ate into the time. So I'm probably gonna go in the next 15 minutes so I can get some sleepy. Yeah, we'll get back to the Danda drip next week, guys. Also, I'm planning on playing some Persona this week. I'm planning on playing some Persona this week, so that we can continue that. I would really like to get through that, guys. I'm not gonna do that, Aaron. I'm not gonna do that. Why would I do that? Why are you asking me to do that? No, I'll get turned into a sticker on the Discord. Anybody who's not in the Discord, Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member, guys, and you'll get access to the Discord. It's going to be pretty baller. You're going to like it. This should be a low recording of who you are. I don't really know what I would say for that, to be honest. Like, my self-promotion is generally speaking, outside of the Discord plug, not great. I've got a few plans for stuff. I mean, I've got a few plans for things that I'm working on to try to expand the brand a little bit. I've got a brand. Look, guys, top secret stuff. top secret stuff and documents that exist that you guys are never going to read. I do have a strategy which has gone exceedingly well so far. One could even call it something tantamount to a business plan. And branding and expanding the brand are part of that as well. Reawakening for the brand. I made a logo. Did you not see it? You know how much work I put into that? I've got other branded stuff planned as well. More opportunities for expanding the brand as well. No, it's not even necessary to maximize revenue. It's just to grow the channel and to grow the the general basis of the I can't believe it. Sorry, I just read something on Discord. My bad. If you want to read stuff on Discord too. No, not all the emojis exist. Not all the emojis exist on YouTube. We need more people signed up as members so I can unlock more emojis. But right now it is limited. Fucking thing I just read. Oh my god. But yes, there are plans, guys. There are plans in motion in the background that you're not all privy to, but I intend fully on seeing them through across this next summer period. Okay? So over this summer period coming up, we're gonna see a few more cool things. I hope, if all my plans go swimmingly. But right now, I can't worry about all of that stuff fully. It's not going to get my direct attention because the video needs to come first. That is a secret as well, because I think it would be very cool. I don't want to spoil it by telling you what it is. But I'm working on it. It's probably going to be the longest video yet. I could easily see this hitting or going beyond 2 hours. Ideally not by too much though. But 2 hours I think is maybe a realistic time. Which is going to be a lot of work. Generally speaking, it's going to be a lot of work. I'm currently writing it. But it's flowing. It's flowing well, and obviously I had a trip. So it's been on the back burner. You know, and it's nice to get a little bit of time away. I don't remember the last time I went away anywhere. You should join the Discord, Aaron. Absolutely, my dude. In fact, please do join the Discord. If you care about anything Dandadan, that's the place to be. It's also the best way to see what's going on with the channel. It's hard for me to get to contact all of the subscribers because YouTube doesn't like doing that. Doesn't like me being able to have a direct line with you guys. So if you want a direct line with what I'm doing and what's happening on the channel, that's the place to be. Patreon link in the description. Join as a free member. Don't need to pay. It's always incredibly generous and meaningful when people do, but it is in no way necessary to access the content on the channel, nor will it be. There are just other perks that exist in the Discord community for that. But that will get you access to the Discord invite link. And yes, there are also stickers making a mockery of me, the overlord of this Discord community. 2 hours is going to be a lot of editing. Every minute of editing takes so long. You know? But I do it because I enjoy it. I enjoy the content getting out, especially because I'll get latched onto an idea like the in the Okarun video, in the Okarun analysis. Yeah, stream cooldown. Yeah, Eric, thank you for the donation, my guy. I appreciate it. Thank you. So generous. Thank you. It's not even I appreciate, I genuinely appreciate the fact that you feel gratitude, but it's not even for that, guys. I enjoy sharing my stuff with you guys. I enjoy sharing my work with you. It's the only point in doing it. Yeah, you're right. It's the only reason that it's worth doing. But oh wow, Aaron, thank you again for the donation, dude. That is incredible. Incredible. I hope that you do join the Discord. It'll be great to see you over there, man. Be great. Oh, Larry made it. That's incredible. I hope that you make it over. It's great. It'd be great to have you there. Yeah, I know we have music for everything now. But yes, like I was saying, the Oak Room video, I got attached to the idea of doing the whiteboard projector thing. I got very attached to that idea, and it added hours and hours of work just to make it look like it was being projected, and not to mention getting the actual transition of that to work. It was crazy work, and the rendering time was wild as well because of the amount of effects that were just layered on, you know. One day, guys, it'd be maybe some fun. Yeah, the whiteboard bit. Yeah. Orbis, you know. One day it'll be fun to maybe take on a stage on the Discord. We have kind of like in community, very laid back in community streams, which aren't recorded for YouTube and stuff. It might be fun one day to take you guys through one of the videos that are there, like one of the how the files look and how it runs and things like that. If any of you are interested in that, you know, I'm very happy to show everybody how that works. No, you have to join as a Patreon member, Aaron. I keep it there because I don't want to get spam in the community. So being a Patreon member, which is a free thing, it's a free sign up, no payment involved, is where you can get the link. It's one of the posts that are there. Just because I don't want to yeah, I don't want to get spam. Oh, I'm glad that you guys would like to see that, actually. That makes me very pleased. That makes me very pleased. Yes, Serpo, that was that is a display that was given to me on my birthday by Blissy, and I appreciate it. It is incredible. It's what inspired me to get stuff up on the wall, actually. So it was important for the channel. You owe her, not me, for that. I do. Anyway, that's incredible. That is incredible. Like, genuinely, it's so cool. I treasure it so. But yes, guys, I'm glad that you all seem interested in that. So anybody who's on the Discord will be able to jump in on that. Maybe we could go through it on Sunday, even. We can maybe go through it on Sunday if anybody's around for that. Wouldn't be a very long thing. It wouldn't be a very long thing. It would just be a short go through, medium length, because obviously the video needs writing. But it could be a nice break from the thing. Oh, the hat. You know, I wore the hat on a previous stream. I can show you it if you like. Pretty Pretty cool, huh? What do you say? Pretty sick. I got it from a what do you call it? A thrift shop. It's £10. I'll tell you what, it's pretty good quality stuff. This is like authentic. This is legit stuff. It's badass, isn't it? Don't you think? Pretty cool. The sword is a Discord exclusive, yes. I can't show that on stream. But if you guys join, I'll show you it on the next stage if you want to. It's right there. I can see it. It's in the just out the corner of my eye. Oh. Okay, right. Oof. I was worried there. I was worried for a second there. I thought that you guys were able to see my bare feet. I was worried that you guys would be able to see my bare feet there. Then that would be it. I'd have to cancel the channel. That would be the end of days. Flight was fine. Tiresome. Exhausting. But fine. Yeah, maybe your opinion of me has changed now that you realize I do this in barefoot. I do this whole thing in barefoot. Scandalous. Oh, scandalous. No, guys, come on. I don't always. Sometimes I have my socks on. Sometimes I have my socks on. You know? I'm not going to walk around with socks and stuff on. It's like, you know what I mean? Like... No, that's even weirder. Me doing it with slippers on is just going to make me sleepy. No, guys. Alright? It's not... Yeah, the safety's off. Like, this is the genuine article. It's part of the formula. Socks off rookies. I hate that. I hate that. Yeah. So, anyway, if anybody's about for that, I'll take you guys through what the edits look like. And my computer will probably have a fit doing it, but that's fine. I don't mind that. Wouldn't be here though. It would have to be on the stage, just because I don't want all my files and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm getting on it. Analysis better with the dogs out. I hate that. Oh no. Oh no, I hate that. That's fucking hilarious. Just getting the dogs out. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna start saying that now. You're gonna regret bringing that into my consciousness. You are gonna regret bringing that phrase into my consciousness, because I'm gonna be saying it. Oh my god. I'm not flashing my feet on camera, Aaron. You are not getting that for free. Alright? Okay? Never give out something like that for free, guys. I can make another Patreon tier for you if you like. You know, $35 a month. £35 a month. Get those dogs out. I'll call it the get those dogs out tier. Yeah. Look, you don't realize how, like, you would not buy that. No one would buy that. No one would buy that. And I refuse to even offer it, because I don't want anyone to actually buy it. If anybody bought that, I would be mortified. I would be mortified. So I don't want anyone to find that or buy that. Like, for me, right? You guys don't know. 5 mins of... That is cursed. No, Aaron, you are absolutely not getting that. I'm not getting those dogs out. Alright? Why are we talking about this? Why are we even talking about this? Anyway, you guys don't realize most of the time, right? Most of the time, and I'm tired now, so I don't look my best currently, right? But most of the time, I look like absolute shit, just sat here editing for like 7 hours straight. 7 hours straight, okay? When you get those videos, those are the labors. Those are the labors of me looking like absolute ass dick for hours and hours and hours and hours, usually without shoes on or socks. And I'm dressed up in it. Like, honestly, I'm most of the time I'm in my dressing gown. I prefer it. I don't wear it here because I don't want people to see me in my dressing gown. It feels like it's you know what I mean? That's too casual. That's too casual. But the God, I wish I was in it now. Ass tip. Patreon. No, that's cursed. No way. Right, that's a whole different thing. All right. I'm not at my OnlyFans stage currently. All right. I have a dressing gown. Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I? Who doesn't? Yeah, you gotta get comfortable, man. You gotta get comfortable. This is cursed. Absolutely not. Right? I'm not responding to any more feet related or OnlyFans related comments. Alright? It's not happening. Okay? I've got too much stuff. A dressing gown. I guess you would call it a bathrobe. Is that right? No. I presume a nightgown is like a nightie, right? Like a dress, like a dress. A robe, yeah, we call it a dressing gown here. What is so strange about having a dressing gown? Yeah. Like, that's the only way to do it. That's the only way to do it. No. There's a we've got an agreement. Yeah, it has a hood. Of course it does. The greater good. We no, we have an agreement that if I get to when we get to 10,000 subscribers, guys, and you guys have to go make this happen. When we get to 10,000 subscribers, then I'll wear a maid outfit. All right, I'll wear a maid thing. Okay. Until then, ain't happening. So get us to our 10k. Get me to 10k, and you can get it easy. All right. Easy as pie. You don't need to clip it. It's a well-known fact. It's a well-known fact that this is the agreement. A robe, yeah. I mean, it's a tie. It's a dressing. It's a robe. Yeah, I suppose is what you would call it. Yes. Bedtime. Yes. I have work tomorrow. Fucked up. Just want to sit here and do my own thing. Look at me. Hi guys. Clipped. Yeah, again, everybody already knows. Oh, this is really cool. What the Sigma? Say the line, Bart. What the Sigma? Yeah. I already took a stream selfie, but I'll take another one. Oh, right. You mean like an actual selfie? Okay. Okay. All right, guys. Say Dandadan. That's going to look good. That one's going to come out good. It's just going to be top of my forehead. It's just going to be the top of my forehead. That's funny. That's funny, guys. You guys are funny. Alright, right. That's it. It's Betty Boo time. Alright, I've got to get... Have people been saying Betty Boo? By the way, have you guys been saying Betty Boos? I swear someone said it. Wait, no, this is important. Before I go. Hold on, hold on. Come on, guys. You need to say Betty Boos. Like, before I leave, it'll be 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Oh, you guys say bedtime. That's cringe. That's cringe. Oh, my God. I didn't realize you guys were cringe like that. I didn't realize you guys were cringe like that. Oof. Awkward. I'm embarrassed for you. Oh, my God. That's kind of cringe, guys. That's kind of cringe. Yeah, a bit creepy. Bit creepy saying bedtime, innit? Yikes. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I like sleepy peepee time. That's quite fun. Are you chill like that? I love Wolf. He's so fucking ridiculous. Yeah, drinky poos. You know, there's a bit in this. I'll send you it before I go to bed, right? But there's a bit in The Simpsons. Aw, I'm ruining your English. Super. And it's Jova for Nachen's English. Yeah. Alright, cool. Right. Okay, so, like, the majority of you are cringe, just so that we're aware of that. Alright, well, anyway, guys. Cool. Drinky poos. Get a little drinky poos. Alright, cool. Alright, guys. Been fun, but catch ya. See ya.